I've been asked to speak about Cilla on numerous occasions, but I never thought I'd be doing it now at a time like this, because I firmly believe that Cilla was indestructible and that I'd most definitely go first, the state of my arse. In fact, we discussed my funeral at length, me and Cilla, and she had a major role in it that involved a mantilla and lilies, so I'm going to have to rethink that now, aren't I? Hey? I've got fabulous Cilla stories because we just had such a good time together, you know, and whenever we went on holiday together, or even if we went just for a simple meal, something always happens, usually to me. I first met her on Parkinson's chat show, and we just hit it off, we just clicked, we were soulmates. And then after Bobby died, I went down to dinner at the house, and we sat up till 5 o'clock in the morning, and decided to go and stay with Peter Brown in New York, which we did. And I introduced her to the finer things of New York. Like bars, burlesque shows, and nightclubs with such a reputation, taxi drivers were always reticent to drop us off. But I always used to say to her, "Give us your jewellery, Cilla." So I'd have the ring, the necklace, all the bits in my pockets, like permanently with my hand in my pocket, terrified in case I lost it. But she loved life. If you said to me, what do you think about Cilla? One word, laughter. Because that's all we did. We just laughed constantly. We got up to a lot of trouble, I'll admit, but we laughed while we were doing it. You know, I remember losing her keys and getting wedged in a window in Barbados with me holding her ankles. And when the neighbours came out, she shouted, "Surprise, surprise!" And then there was the time I broke my nose in a jacuzzi in Barbados. Pat will tell you about this. Pat come rushing up the stairs, she couldn't find any ice. She had a bag of frozen sprouts and she smacked it on my face. And she broke it even more. And Cilla had been sunbathing, she had no makeup on, her hair was on end, and we all rushed out into the street, and she, for some, I don't know where she got it from, she had a denim skirt on and a sort of terrible black nylon slip. Pat was in a bathing suit with a bit of chiffon. She looked like Tessie Tora, and I had the frozen sprouts of the toilet roll, and we all rushed off to the hospital. And it was a packed waiting room, because you can imagine the fuss as we got in. And Cilla had taken a water tablet, and she had the bad cold as well. So she was in and out of the toilets, constantly coming out going... We looked like something out of Shameless, the pair of us. But these are the memories I have of that. I love this lady dearly, you've no idea. She was one of my closest friends. I absolutely adored her. And even if I hadn't spoken to her for some time, we always just picked up where we left off when we got together, and I always found that quite remarkable. One of the things she always used to say to me was, "Don't tell our Robert." She said that quite a lot. She also said, "Don't tell Pat." And don't tell Peter Brown. So I'm afraid you three, that's a promise I'm going to fulfil. So I'm not going to sing like a canary today. She said after Bobby died that I taught her to laugh again, and I never knew that till I read it in the papers, and that really upset me. But on the other hand, she also said he sent a guardian angel, only this one had hooves, horns and a tail. You've no proof. It's so right that she's come home today, because as Robert rightfully said, she was a true daughter of Liverpool. Sorry, Cilla. She did that then. A true daughter of Liverpool, because Scotty Road was never too far away, neither was Paddy's Market. I don't forget the humiliation of being in Gucci's on Madison Avenue in New York, with Cilla haggling over the price of a coat, which I desperately wanted. I don't know why. It was a sheepskin, full length, and I looked like some geriatric dressed up at an ABBA convention. But Cilla said, "If you want it, Paul, we'll get it." And she said to the guy, "There's a mark on this." I'm going, 30 miles. Yeah, a big mark on that. So we said, well, we've got one in. No, we're going home, she said tonight. No. And then she said the classic line, what will you do it for, Reddies? She was just, I don't know, she taught me lots of things, mainly never to turn right on the plane. Always go that way. She was a great friend. She was full of fun. She was a wonderful woman. She was talented. She was so witty. She adored her family. She loved her sons. She loved her grandchildren. She was so proud that she came from Scotty Road. And I'm just so grateful that she allowed me into her whirlwind of a life. And we spent nearly 2 decades together, hell-raising, if you pardon the expression. Through London, New York, Barbados, Spain and the Maldives. And she was just, I loved her dearly. She was such a great friend. So I don't know what I'm going to do, really. The light went off a couple of weeks ago and it hasn't come back on yet. And I'm just going to miss her so much. So Cilla, I'd just like to say thanks for all the fun. Thanks for all the laughs. And as I always used to say to you, ta-ra, girl. I'll see you on life's highway. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul. Let's say 3 Hail Marys.